Have you ever felt like the more you question the world, the more distant you feel from it? Like the deeper your thoughts go, the harder it is to explain them to anyone else? You're not alone. The truth is, deep thinking creates distance. Not because something is wrong with you, but because you've begun to see what others avoid. And in a world addicted to certainty and comfort, clarity is often seen as a threat. Throughout time, society hasn't feared violence as much as it fears a person who asks, why? Why do we do what we do? Why do we believe what we believe? These are the questions that unmask illusions, and illusions are what keep most people sane. Think about it. People can accept someone who's stronger, they can admire someone who's richer, but someone who thinks deeper, that's when the room gets quiet. Psychologists call this the threat of reflection. It's not the thinker that threatens others, it's the mirror they hold up. When you question the rules, you question those who follow them, and that makes people uncomfortable. But why does this discomfort run so deep? Because intelligence isn't just about knowing facts, it's about seeing through the noise. It's about recognizing the patterns others never question. And that, ironically, isolates you. Not because you're better, but because you've chosen a different path. In groups, this becomes even clearer. The moment someone challenges the group's comfort zone, defense walls go up. People laugh, deflect, or change the topic, not because they don't understand, but because they don't want to. This is what philosophers like Kierkegaard and Camus described as the burden of awareness. The more aware you become, the more absurd the world begins to feel. You start seeing how most people live on autopilot, chasing routines, clinging to beliefs, following trends. And once you step out of that cycle, going back becomes impossible. But this brings us to a strange truth. Awareness doesn't make you feel powerful. It often makes you feel lonely. The irony? While society celebrates intelligence in theory, in practice, it rewards conformity. It praises critical thinking, as long as it doesn't challenge the status quo. The moment you start asking deeper questions about purpose, morality, or meaning, you become the outsider, the one who overthinks, the one who's too intense, the one who needs to lighten up. But here's the hidden truth. Deep thinkers aren't rejected because they're wrong. They're rejected because they make others confront what they're running from. And most people will choose comfort over truth every time. Neurological studies even back this up. When we encounter ideas that conflict with our worldview, our brain treats it as a threat. The amygdala, the fear center of the brain, lights up. Not because the idea is dangerous, but because it's different. And in evolution, different often meant unsafe. That wiring still exists today, so when someone challenges the norm, even gently, the brain reacts like it's under attack. But here's the twist. This resistance doesn't mean you should stop thinking deeply. It means you're doing something most people won't. You're choosing truth over comfort, clarity over popularity, meaning over noise. Yes, that path can be lonely, but it's also honest. And honesty, even in solitude, is more valuable than belonging built on pretending. So the next time your thoughts make you feel like an outsider, remember this. You're not too much. You're just seeing too clearly. And in a world built on distraction, clarity is rebellion.